Welcome to Becoming Invaluable. I'm Terry Lyles. My co-author, Steve Bone is with me. And Steve, we wanted to talk a little bit about why would someone want to do a mastery class after they've read the book or listened to the audiobook? So I'm going to ask you the question.
All
Why
right.
would I want to do that?
Well, to all of the listeners out there, Terry, what I would say is that we wrote the book to create a baseline, right?
Mhm.
And we created the audio book as well, which people today like the audio as much as reading. I think people should do both. But that's
Yes.
really, I think, what led you and I to thinking about a mastery class because what what we know from our experience is two things. We know that people need to be both inspired and motivated, and motivation is an external thing, and inspiration is an internal aspect. And the
Yes.
only way that you can really make it through the tough times is if you have inspired yourself to succeed. And what the mastery classes to me are all about is changing your world so that you have the internal focus to get through the tough times and to keep moving forward. And that's what our mastery classes really help people do, I think. I would love some of
I
your
agree.
thoughts too.
I agree. And I think when we use the word mastery, we use it for a reason. I mean, you don't get to be a master at something unless you've mastered it, so to speak. You're
10,000 hours, right? Gladwell.
exactly.
Gladwell said it, 10,000 hours.
Yes, it takes time, effort, energy, and I think the other part of the mastery class is the accountability factor of, hey, I read the book, I listened to the book. A couple chapters stood out to me, a couple things stood out to me. If you can pick up one or two things out of a book, I mean, you've learned something. But how do you take the contents of that book, not forgetting it, and drive it into your life? And I think that's the blind spots of accountability that, listen, the greatest performers and athletes in the world all have coaches,
Yeah.
producers, people around
Well,
them that are watching from the sideline. And I think that's part of the mastery class.
yeah, as somebody might see over my shoulder here, I'm a Patriots fan, and Tom Brady, of course, is the epitome of the best Patriot ever. And what did he have? He had a trainer. He had other coaches for mental. He had a passing
Correct.
coach. He had coaches for 5 or 6 different aspects that he worked
Yes.
on all the time. And that's what separated him from being one of the best to the very best, the GOAT, as they say. So if you
Yes.
want to be the GOAT, to me, the difference is, and I experienced this in my own business, the people that I shared these methodologies with, because we didn't just create this overnight. This is a methodology that's been developed over many years. And when I shared this with people, the people who actually applied it every day, every week, every month, year after year after year, are the people who then produced a level of success way beyond anybody else in the company. Those who kind of
Mhm.
took the one or two things or didn't take any of it, they faded away. And that's really the outcomes that we're talking about. And that's what I hope we can change with the mastery classes.
Absolutely. I mean, I think about physical trainers because everybody can see that visual. You have a physical trainer or you don't. Let's say someone doesn't, and they work on their upper body for a year, and they develop their upper body, and their lower body looks like it doesn't match their upper body. Because they didn't work on the foundation of how you're supposed to look. So physical trainers go from head to toe and toe to head. They're saying, here's your whole circumference. And I think that's what we were trying to do with the mastery class is let's go from A to Z. Let's
Yeah.
take the chapters. Let's get as much as we can out of each of those chapters into your life, even if it's just one thing, times 9, 10 times. That's huge return. So like any investment, it's not the amount that you invest necessarily, it's how smartly you invest. And that's what we were trying to create with this mastery class.
And so both Terry and I hope that all of you out there will go and acquire the mastery classes. There's 10 of them
Yes.
total, and help yourself be a better form of you.
Yes. And that's what it's about. So, Steve, thank you for sharing with me with this, and to our viewers and listeners, get the mastery class, become a master of you, not of something, but of yourself. And I think that is becoming invaluable at the heart of what we tried to write. So thank you for being here today and look forward to next steps.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah.